Hey, Silver Bugs, this is Meltdown Money, and I wanted to do a short video. Hope it'll be short video today. Just not necessarily showing my stack, but showing, um, talking about a thread that I keep seeing pop up on several different websites, but in particular the Reddit Silver Bugs board. If you're not a member, if you don't come out and read. Um, the Silverbugs board on Reddit, you're really missing out. It has some great content. You can just learn a ton if you're new to stacking. Um, you can come out and ask questions, and it's a friendly for the most part. You got trolls every once in a while that'll come in there, but it's a good group uh, to learn information from, and if you kind of want to know what's happening in the silver community at any point during the day, you can come out there um, and find some good information on it. Um, on silver. So, what I want to do today is give some advice that I would give a family member that I see people asking, "Hey, what should I get? I'm new to stacking, or I'm excited about this new coin coming out. What do y'all, or new bullion coming out? What do you think I should get?" And I would give the same advice to y'all as I would give my dad. And I know for some this is going to be shocking, but I would say whatever you buy, don't buy lunar coins. And by lunar coins, um, I mean, if you're gonna buy a lunar coin, you want to get the Perth Mint coins, I think, because they really are uh, the nicest coins on the market. But the lunar coins are uh, uh, relate to the Chinese lunar calendar. I mean, they go by the Gregorian calendar for birth dates and for business, but for tradition and culture, they go by this lunar calendar, which has 12 different animals that represent um, uh, kind of like the American astrology uh, signs. They represent, if you're born in a certain year, then if it was the year of the rooster, then that could either be good luck or somehow impart some characteristics, personality traits based on that year. And so that's the lunar calendar. There's 12 different animals that represent their lunar cycle. And the Perth Mint is on their second time around, is basically what the series 2 is. They're on their second time around through the lunar calendar. Well, I noticed that today there was a question where somebody was asking a legitimate question, asking what silver tends to appreciate. And um, and he asked the question, are the Perth Lunars worth the extra premium? And my answer to that is no. And that's what I want to show in this video. This video is why they're not worth the premium. So, and what I was surprised back, the first he responds to the Perth Lunars as being good and says pandas, kooks are the top in his books. But yeah, I agree. These pandas, the kooks, those are great coins. The Perth Lunar, I just don't think you can find any data, um, or even, I hate to say it, I mean, just applying logic to it, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, so look at this. You have, so 2016 is the year of the dragon. And is that right? Is it 2016? Make sure I get that right. Um, no, it's the year of the monkey. Okay. Um, So 2016 is the year of the monkey. So you have a child that's, and the way that the lunar calendar works is that during that year, people will buy items as good lucks or mementos of that year. So if there's a child born this year, they'll buy the 2016 lunar monkey coin just as just memento of that year. Or if a loved one died in that year, they would buy maybe some kind of memory keepsake for that loved one. But after 2016 is over, there's really no incentive to ever buy a 2016 lunar coin again. You might have more incentive to go back to whatever your birth year was and try to buy a lunar coin for that birth year. But that's just uh, a random purchase that somebody would make. It's not going to be a consistent purchase that's made over and over and over. Um, think of it like how in the Western culture, and it might be the same in the Eastern culture, but in the Western culture we have birthstones. Now, if you were born in June of 1970, you know, you might go whatever that birthstone is. You might go and buy a ring at one point or something with that birthstone in it, but you're never going to want a you know a birthstone with 1978 on it because that wasn't the year you were born. You just, it's so I guess what I'm trying to say, it's a very focused um, market. It's just a tiny, tiny niche, these lunar coins, and they sell great the year that they're put out. But if you go look at eBay, or if you even look at like AppMex, they just don't sell. So let me just show you here. Here's an example. So this is 2016. Um, the 1 ounce silver lunar monkey. And they are asking $42 for this 1 ounce coin. Now that seems okay. There is a big premium. That's, well over twice over spot of what they're asking for that coin. Well, and it's fine to pay a huge premium if you can get the huge premium back out of it. Um, but you're not going to get that. So let's look. I think the nicest of all the lunar coins. So they're asking $42. Look at this right here. $42 for a 1 ounce BU lunar monkey. Now the nicest of all the Perth Mints coins is this, the Year of the Dragon. I mean, that if you have seen that coin, it is a beautiful, beautiful coin. And so they're 1 ounce right here, 2012 Dragon. They're asking $74 for, which you're like, wow, well that's not bad. If I buy the monkey now, then in 4 years' time it will have almost doubled in value. Like if you had bought it at this $42 right here, then it will be worth 74 is what it looks like. But that's not what's happening. What you have to look here is AppMex buy price. There's no way they're going to pay anyone is going to pay you close to 74 for that coin, because they're not selling these coins, and they're sitting on these coins for a long time before they're actually get around to selling them. And they're not going to pay you the premium that you think they are. So, and just to prove that, let's go over to eBay. So what I did here on eBay is did a search for the Perth Mint 2012 Year of the Dragon. So if you had bought in 2012 these coins and wanted to sell them now, you need the cash. I mean, right? I mean, we we buy silver for what reason? And there's a whole list of reasons that we buy silver, but one of them is we want to be able to um, get a return on the investment. So you come out here and look at what AppMex is selling. I mean, what how these are selling on eBay. So what I'm doing, you can see here, I'm looking at the sold listings. So in the last 2 months, let's say you had bought 100 ounces or 20 ounces of these dragons in 2012, and then you wanted to sell them. In the last 2 months, these are the sold listings. The Perth Mint Lunar 2012 Dragon, Year of the Dragon. Now, what I'd like to point out is this is including, okay, only 76 of these coins have sold. But let's look at that even more, because this is a 2 ounce coin that sold. This is a 2 ounce coin. This is a 1 ounce. This is the 5 ounce, a 10 ounce, the half ounce. So really what you're looking at, if you were to probably look at these numbers, only probably about 15 or 20 1 ounce coins have sold in the last month. There's no liquidity there. Nobody is going back unless you have the random person in Asia that's wanting to buy a coin to remember someone who maybe that was their birth year and they died, or most likely this is American collectors who think, oh, that is a really awesome looking coin. I would like to have that in my stack. And so they buy it. But it's very few people doing that. There's not the numbers that are needed for you to be able to liquidate your stack in any reasonable amount of time um, when you start buying lunar coins. And while I don't want to, I'm not going to show it in this video. That's not the case for other coins. If you do a search on the privateer rounds, the 2 ounce privateer rounds, or if you do a search on, oh gosh, walking Liberty $half, um, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of sold listings. People want those coins. There is a demand across the whole market for them, and it's not this lunar niche. So, uh, my recommendation here is, man, if you're new to stacking, stack what you like. But we have to remember that we got to be able to sell these coins, this bullion, when we're ready to move on. We can't just sit on it for the rest of our life. Of course, that might be some plans, and if you wanted to buy a lunar coin to not necessarily sell, you just think it's beautiful and want to be able to have it as a fondle piece or whatever. Um, that's great, but don't make that the primary focus of your stack is for getting lunar coins as they're coming out because you're gonna have a hard time selling them. And I even see this on, going back to Reddit, there's a great PM, precious metal PM for sale board. And even I've looked through it, and even their lunar coins, they do sell, um, but not nearly as much as if you're going to buy American Silver Eagles or CMLs or um, you know a junk silver, all that stuff. Pandas sell really well um, on eBay and on the precious metals for sale board. But the lunar coins, you're just not going to get your money out of. So if you were my family member, this is what I'd tell you. I'd tell you stay away from the lunar coins. They're just not worth the premium. The premium's too high. Um, and maybe if you could get them at spot, if you could get the Perth Mint ones at spot, it might be worth. It would most probably be worth buying those and then trying to sell those. But for by and large, man, I would say stay away from these lunar coins because they're going to be really hard to liquidate. When you need to get your money out of it. All right, well, let me know what you think. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, and I'd like to know what you think. And feel free to add a comment and give me an earful if you want. All right, y'all, have a good day.